Wang, good morning, and welcome to your dose of stupidity for today. Now, today, as you can tell, we're switching up from the morgues videos because God forbid I contract any more cancer than I already have. But hold that thought, as I might have found something slightly more cancerous than a morgues video, which says a lot. The channel's called My Story Animated, and I've seen their channels popping up in recommended and in trending, but I've never really taken the time out of my day to watch one until now, and by God will I tell you, it's amazing. Essentially what they do is they come up with these really over-dramatic stories and then pass them off as real. Like for example, the one that I'm going to be looking at today is called My Kidnapper is Now My Boyfriend. I mean, you can probably tell yourself, but this channel and a few others similar to it, the bottom line of these channels is just to make money. But if you're new, like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff. And without any more waffling, let's get into the video.
I was going to school when suddenly I felt someone pushing me to the ground.
So straight off the bat, get straight into the story, don't even introduce them or anything at all.
Ouch! I screamed. I fell on my side, but before I got the chance to get up, I felt someone handcuff me. At first, I got excited.
I mean, if you're getting excited when you've just been pushed over and handcuffed, that's just natural selection.
And thought it was my crush from school acting all playful with me.
Acting playful by decking you on the floor and handcuffing you. That doesn't really sound too playful.
But then I heard a car coming, and someone screaming, "Get the door open, hurry!" What? As soon as I realized that someone was attacking me, I started screaming for help, but no one was around.
How convenient, no one was around.
I struggled to free myself, but my kidnapper was so strong.
Well, if he was so strong, that narrows it down to one person. It must have been Bald Martin.
He wouldn't let me go. Then he dragged me into a minivan and closed the door behind.
I mean, like white van, it's still giving off Bald Martin vibes to me.
I screamed at the top of my lungs, "Get me out of here! Hello? Someone! Get me out of here!"
I mean, she makes a fair point. She didn't give them her consent to be locked up, so I mean, she's free to just walk out if she wants to.
Someone responded, "Hey you, we're coming in a second."
See? It worked.
I put my head on the door trying to eavesdrop, and I heard someone saying, "She's not the one, you idiot! I told you she's blonde. This one has brown hair." Wait, are they talking about me?
I mean, surely if you're kidnapping someone, which I haven't partaken in before, but say you were, surely the hair colour is one of the first things you mention to the person who, be kidnapping them. Like, why is everyone so far in this story such idiots? Like, you're once getting excited about getting handcuffed, and then you've got the colourblind kidnappers. But let's just proceed.
The door opened and a young man walked in. He was handsome, so hot. I'm talking Noah Centineo hot.
No, you're talking Bald Martin levels of hot.
He looked at me and said, "Listen, sorry. This was a game. We're aiming to fake kidnap another girl, for fun."
Right, so these cunts are just going to play it off as a game. And she's about to just believe it and just be like, yeah, perfect. What kind of a fucking game is to fake kidnap someone anyways? Like, I'm fucking lazy enough that I can't even switch the salt and sugar when someone's making a cup of tea. Like, how do you just go out of your way one day to kidnap someone, handcuff them, put them in the back of your van, and then lock them up in your garden shed?
We didn't mean to hurt you at all. We had planned this to trick a friend. Please, we're just two stupid high school boys. Seeing him so confused and stressed made me feel for him. So I said sarcastically, "You losers, I thought you were a badass gang that kidnapped me to blackmail my father. Move, I need to go out."
I'm sorry, how was that sarcastic? Like, that's very possibly what they were doing in the first place.
I took my bag and headed to the door. The guy had a stupid smile on his face and said, "Wow, that easy?" I didn't respond. I just got out, ordered a taxi, and went back to school like nothing had happened.
You just go about your day completely normal. You don't even bother phoning up your mother or father and just be like, yeah, Mom, I've just been fucking kidnapped.
When he saw me, he said, "Here comes the strongest girl I know." I smiled and said, "And here is the wimpiest boy I know." He laughed.
Oh my god, ha ha ha, that was an epic meme.
The piece of paper that had his number. It said, "I would love to take you out.
Does she want a fucking tissue or something? Why the fuck is she drooling at the mouth?
Here is my number if you are interested. Nolan." Smiley face. At first, I didn't want to call him.
Which is probably what you should have done, seeing as he's not completely right in the head.
I've never had a boyfriend before, and I really wanted to experience what it's like to date.
To date a fucking psycho.
I sent him a message. Meet me for coffee tomorrow around 5 o'clock at JoJo's, Amy. He instantly replied, "Sure, Wonder Woman," winky face.
I'm just gonna say, this is not accurate. The Earth is not round. It is in fact shaped like a dinosaur. Check your facts.
He had a red flower with him. He gave it to me and said, "You two are both alike. Soft, attractive."
And about to die.
Soon I invited him to my house. Nolan was stunned by what he saw. He didn't know that my dad was that rich. My house was more like a mansion,
So she's also a fucking billionaire.
and I had everything a girl my age could dream of. And Nolan felt so insecure about it. I noticed how he looked at things around with utter shock, like,
Imagine having a fucking statue of Pikachu in your house.
unfortunately, it didn't. After a few visits to my house, Nolan became more and more annoyed by the fact that I had everything.
What the fuck's he getting annoyed for? Like, there's literally no reason why he should be annoyed.
If he bought me a gift, he said, "Sorry, that was the only thing I could afford." His comments pissed me off.
So he's giving you free shit, and you're the one that's getting pissed off.
His comment disgusted me, so I screamed, "Well, if that's how you think, then maybe we shouldn't date at all." He simply said, "Fine," and then walked away.
I mean, like, now that title's void. I mean, you should have called the video, "My kidnapper is now my boyfriend, but then he broke up with me because I'm a billionaire."
I couldn't believe my eyes. He just turned around and left. I thought we had the best relationship ever, but apparently I was wrong.
You should have seen this coming a mile away. Like, imagine being rich, like, that's the biggest turn-off ever.
I found him having dinner with Tamar. Tamar was one of my friends from middle school.
That's probably the blonde cunt that he was after at the start of the video.
She was the Kim Kardashian of our group, the richest and the most spoiled of us all.
So there's someone out there that's richer than her, like. I want to know what kind of drugs these people are selling to get this rich. Like, I want in on some of that dosh. He's probably just using her for all of her dosh anyways.
And to my surprise, she said, "It's kind of a funny story. Nolan kidnapped her by mistake while he was playing a game with his friends, and they hit it off just after that. That jerk. Was that his trick to pick up girls?
I mean, clearly it fucking works.
Thank God we're no longer together."
For fuck's sake, like, what's with all the memes throughout the video?
The next day, Dad called me to his office. He looked worried and disturbed. He asked me, anxiously, "Honey, did you see my Rolex watch? I thought I left it here."
Hey, your dad's fucking minted. Imagine just casually having a Rolex.
I answered, "No, Dad. Why?" And he responded, "It's been missing for a while and I can't find it."
Surely the second you find out that you've just lost your Rolex, you just immediately should be start looking for it.
Then he added, "Never mind, I probably lost it somewhere."
Imagine just not minding about losing your, like, 10 grand watch maybe?
I went back to my room, feeling sad about it. That watch was my dad's favorite because Mom had bought it for him before she passed away. He never took it off.
Well, I mean, clearly he must have taken it off.
When Nolan visited me, he used to go 3 or 4 times to the bathroom. When I asked him about it, he said, "I've got a condition." I didn't want to embarrass him, so I just waited for him. Is it possible that he took it?
Yes, it is possible he took it. Because he is the one who took it.
No. He's a playful guy, but he's not a thief.
Right, if this doesn't confirm that she's a complete and utter idiot, I don't know what does. Well, we probably need to update the title again at this point. So let's go with, "My kidnapper is now my boyfriend, but then he broke up with me because I'm a billionaire, but then he robbed me." I love how the bit about her being rich and your man being a robber takes up more of the story than him being a kidnapper.
I explained everything to Tamar, how Nolan used the same trick with me and how I suspect that he stole my dad's watch.
I love how you still only suspect that he took the watch. Like, what more bloody proof do you need?
One night, Tamar invited Nolan for dinner at a fancy restaurant, and while they were having dinner, she excused herself to go to the bathroom. But before she went, she took off her expensive golden bracelet and put it inside her bag.
Why would she do that? Surely that just makes her look really suspicious.
I was sitting at a table next to them, ready with my camera.
Imagine just pulling out a camera in the middle of a fucking restaurant and then just filming a fucking lad at a table.
The date ended, and nothing happened. Tamar went back to her house with Nolan. I followed them and I sat in my car waiting outside for Nolan to get out of the house. I wanted to speak to Tamar to figure out our next step. I got bored, so I started scrolling through my Instagram, and then
Hey, more epic memes! I swear whoever animated this has a literal addiction.
I watched him as he stole a wooden antique and hid it in his jacket. I called the police while the video was still on, and they arrived 10 minutes later.
You should have called the fucking police from the minute that he kidnapped you.
Nolan was arrested, and he returned all the things he'd stolen from people and spent 3 years in jail, along with his friends who helped him with the fake kidnapping. What do you think of my story?
I think it was fucking retarded. Right, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed a new topic. And if you did, leave a like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And we'll see you in the next one.